So now I want to talk about the elephants. So I've been making these little elephants. Well, first I made one as a gift to give someone. It was a smaller version, and I thought it was so cute. I wanted to make a bigger version because the small one I had to make by hand, like completely hand stitch the elephant. But I wanted to make a bigger version of that elephant that I could sew on the sewing machine. So I came up with the pattern. I wrote out instructions, and I plan to sell these kits that include, big scraps of fabric that are like, give you a lot of flexibility. I'm not going to cut them into squares for you. So I was selling these kits, or I hoped to, at the events, but more people were interested in the elephants. So I thought, oh, I'll sell the elephants. It takes like 20 hours to make one of these elephants the way I want to make it with all the patchworking and stuff. So, if I'm going to sell them, they're going to be pretty pricey. So I have that option, but I still want to sell the kits. One of the things that someone said to me at an event when they were buying a kit is, I want to buy the kit, but I don't know if I'm ever going to make this. And we've all been there as crafters, right? I want you to make the elephant. So if you buy a kit, I'm going to open up like a Zoom class on, it's not a class, it's more like studio time. I'm not going to call it a class because there's no set curriculum. You come to the Zoom. If you have a question, I'll help you with your question. If you just want to chill and work on your thing and chat and chill out for a couple of hours, that's cool too. You can show up and do that. Anyone is welcome who buys a kit to show up. I'm going to start this in February, and I'm going to limit it to, I don't know, a handful of people because I've never done this before and I don't want it to get crazy. I want it to be a good experience for anyone who wants to buy a kit. I'm giving you bigger pieces of fabric in the kit so that you can take the pattern pieces, which you're also going to get in the kit. I forgot to mention that, but I went ahead and I had the pattern, the template printed out. So, and there are written instructions as well that come with it. So, you can take the class or just follow the instructions. You can attend the workshop or just follow the instructions and make it on your own. But if you want to make it with people, I'm going to open up a class. I'm going to open up a Zoom. You can come 2 times, and I think it'll be 2 hours each, right? And if it needs to go longer, it could go longer. But yes, it's going to start in February. If you buy a kit, I will email you and let you know when it's going to start. But it will be after Vogue Knitting Live. And that's it. You can get as detailed or as complicated as you want. You can patchwork. You can cut your own squares that are 1 inch, 2 inches, 3 inches, whatever you want. Or you can take a whole piece of the pattern, like, the body, one side of the body could be one pattern, and, the other side of the body could be a different pattern. Same with the ears and the feet, or the trunk and the back or the belly. They're all different pieces. You can put it on easy mode and just use a different fabric for each piece, or you can cut the fabric into strips of fabric and make a stripy elephant. It's up to you, you can get as detailed or as, easy with it as you want, as your time and ability allows you to. So you'll be able to choose your kit color. It's going to be by the main color. So if you ask for red, this is what I would probably send you. It's going to be like my version of what a red elephant would look like. And you'll see that it's more than red. It's going to be like other colors, but red will be the dominant color. Yeah, so if you asked for red, this is what I would send you. I'm going to pick the fabrics, and I'll pick them, you know, your elephant's going to look good. And it'll be your way. Floppy ears. The only thing that you'll need to provide is your own sewing machine, your own needle and thread. You should be able to sew if you're coming to the class. I'm not going to be able to teach you how to use your sewing machine. I'm sorry. But I could teach you how to assemble the elephant. You know, I could help you figure out what size squares you might want to use. Yeah, that's it. I might advise you on how you might want to put the colors together, you know, up to you. But, you know, it is up to you. You're the designer here. You're just using my curated selection of fabrics, and that is it. Or, you know, if you don't want to make your own elephant, I can make one for you. It'll take several weeks, but there's a listing for that too on the website. Thank you. I forgot to say, if you're going to take the class, if you want to make your own elephant, rather, whether you take the workshop or not, you're going to need some polyfill. This stuff is great. This is the Ultra Plush. It will make your little elephant so squishy and so squeezable. I recommend getting this Polyfill Ultra Plush. It's pretty cool. It's hypoallergenic too, if that's to be believed. Thank you. Bye.